This is a Barrel Roll News Network game review for Final Fantasy XIII for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. I know this game has been out for some time now, enough time that a sequel exists. But as our site has previously stated, we're on a bit of a break at the moment, and I've been using that time to catch up on my game collection. On top of that, we've come into some new technology that I wanted to test out, and this game has given me the opportunity to do so. So, should you take a break from your new games and check out Final Fantasy XIII? Listen on to find out. The story in Final Fantasy games is usually hard to follow, but the 13th iteration is by far the most convoluted of the series that I've played. You play as a group of people, all from different backgrounds, some of which aren't explained until you're quite far into the game. Out of them all, the player is supposed to care about Lightning in particular. You know this because she's on the box art, not because the game points you in that direction. In fact, for a while, it's all about her sister rather than her or Snow, the boyfriend to Lightning's sister. The rest of the characters are pretty much shoved into the story, and at certain points you're doomed to follow and play as them. The game itself is actually quite constricting until about 3/4 of the way through, when it goes open world and allows you to pick your team and combination. In any case, the story revolves around your character becoming Lycée, something that people don't want to be because it dooms them to execution or deportation to the hostile world below where they actually live. Being a Lycée also brings with it a focus, which if you don't succeed at, you turn into a monster. And, if you're lucky enough to complete your focus, you turn into a crystal. So it's lose-lose either way. One would think that this could add an interesting twist to the game, giving you only so much time to beat certain chapters, but it never actually reaches into the gameplay, which is a real disappointment. Graphic quality is of course what you'd expect from Square Enix, beautiful cutscenes with gameplay to match. The sound is also stellar with some great music, and of course, sound effects. Gameplay in Final Fantasy XIII switches things up from the regular normal turn-based style that made the series what it is. Instead, it tricks you into thinking that it's not turn-based, when it actually is. You only control the leader of your group, which can lead to frustration if the character in the lead is not of your playstyle. Some might say this adds a challenge. To me, it's just a headache. How are the other characters controlled, then, you ask? By the AI, of course. And you control their actions by setting paradigms for healing, damage, tanking, and buffing. You can set up to 6 different combos for your party and level up the character's paradigms, instead of your character's levels themselves. While the paradigm system works well and gives more freedom with leveling your character, the fact that you cannot control the other characters in your group directly can lead to them making dumb decisions that result in game overs. So in the end, you have a beautiful game, with a great soundtrack and some interesting game elements. Unfortunately, it also leads to a game with no real element of strategy or fun. The story is also somewhat interesting once you get into it, but it takes a long time to get into. Final word, skip this title, unless you're looking for a game you can play while watching online videos at the same time.